Well, today was one of those days when I opened my feed and I was like, I wish I would have kept it closed. When I was growing up, there was something called snitches get stitches, and it basically just meant mind your business. But we've known for a long time that in the business world and just life in general, that your social media, anything you say out there publicly, on the interwebs, is going to be available for businesses or anyone really to look at. And we're going to look at today where HR is looking at technology. There's a company that has created the technology that is actively scraping social media along with your employee surveys to meld those together to look at and infer what you really mean to say and what you really think about the company versus what you fill out on the surveys. And we've talked before at length about the employee surveys and how people are worried about talking about them because they are technically right private and they're confidential, but everyone knows that you're able to kind of figure out who's given those comments. So we're gonna look at an article today that just popped up on my news feed. I was just like, ugh, okay, but I want to get it out there to my clients, and when I saw this, I want to make sure I got it out to you. Again, for those who don't know, my name is Ryan Howell. I'm a business coach that works out of West Michigan around the country, and I come here live pretty consistently every single day, sharing information I share with my clients. And I hope to earn your subscription today. So let's get into this here. So this is from this is Insarta News, HR Tech Innovation Summit 2025. It's a recurring theme that I've been looking at what's been happening at the HR summits. I always am curious what the HR folks are up to and how they're going to be managing the human capital. And this one is no surprise whatsoever that this exists. Here's the latest buzzword, folks. Do you have an employee listening strategy? Listening strategy. Outstanding. Let's hear what this means. To gauge employee sentiment, many companies invest in internal satisfaction surveys. Montreal-based company Explorant suggests expanding the scope by analyzing both solicited sources, traditional surveys, which we have, and then unsolicited sources such as social media posts or reviews on platforms like Glassdoor. Samer Saab, founder and CEO of Explorants, presented his approach during the conference, leading the way in employee listening and development. What metrics will transform blah, 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 HR, right? And this is during the HR Tech Innovation subject. The project has been in works for a while. Since 2017, Explorants has been developing its AI-powered qualitative analysis tools named MLY, officially launched in 2023. It's gold for AI in education and QS, lots of awards. Anyways, winning some stuff here. Long story short is it can analyze and categorize employee feedback no matter the platform, be it an internal survey, a Slack channel, or Google Glassdoor page. It's going to be looking any place that people are talking about your business to see what's going on with this thing. So my biggest concern that I have right now with this, obviously, is do you sign off on this? Is this something that you know is going to be a deal? All right. So the goal is to be able to automatically analyze everything employees write, said Samer Saab during his talk. Organizations already have so much information, they can find answers to their questions without launching another internal survey. Let's see here. Man, the algorithm's been trained to interpret emotions, themes, and tone in employee comments. A 2-paragraph message can generate insights about employees' well-being or psychological safety. And that's what they were trying to get to. It appears they're trying to take what you're currently saying and then infer what your working environment is like. Now, the thing is, though, they put in here confidentiality is key. The tool is not intended to be used on an individual basis. The idea is this: employee feedback sources are processed by the AI, which then provides HR best practice recommendations at a macro level. So it's scraping what would be big data, right, from the individual data sets, rolling it up to come up with trends. And they put on here that confidentiality is crucial. Emphasizes Explorant's founder. If an employee expresses a desire to leave and a manager shows up an hour later to talk about it, trust is broken. And I've been in places like that where they would get their they would get their the surveys would come out, right? And somebody would immediately go and say, "Oh, let me go talk to them." And I'd be like, "Guys, everyone, team, we're supposed to look at this, come up with a plan, not just go and, take care of these individual things." So which again is where that whole confidentiality thing comes up and people don't buy it, right? It flies in the face of what you're trying to do. Now, again, these are recommendations that it makes here. Now, Explorant specializes in measuring satisfaction, whether for employees or students in educational context. The company collects data and points throughout the entire journey from school to retirement, anything within the business. In a listening strategy, it's critical to start with what we want to know, not just with what's coming through the surveys. So, and is the organization focusing this year on performance, on development, or on strengthening its organizational capacity through competent leadership? We want to highlight key analytical points to guide HR strategies. We go back to this piece here. Now, my overarching concern whenever I see this stuff is, how do you keep this from being evil? Like, that's really what it comes down to. Do you have anything that once you start opening the door to intentionally scraping your team's data wherever it happens to be? They say Glassdoor, they say Slack, but all the social media is something that's going to be available to it. If you've got public channels out there, expect them to be scraping it, right? Because they're going to be looking for people who work and associate. That's the way that they're going to build it's the way the algorithm is being built, or if it's not built that way already. And how do you not use that for like evil? And by evil, I mean somebody venting on to their friends for whatever reason, and then I don't know, going back and then realizing they shouldn't have done it, but by then it's already been scraped and it's on its way to HR. Are they eventually gonna have something that flags dangerous texts, dangerous posts? I don't know. That's my big worry on this here. This overreach, and it's manager syndrome is really what it comes down to. Managers have this what do I want to say here? Like, it's undepletable need, like this never-ending need to have more data, to have every possible insight into everything that's going on, because they're worried about making the wrong decision or not fully understanding what's going on with their people or around. When really what we need is leadership with folks, which means they have looked at their team as a whole, and they are helping to guide them along the path to where they need to be, instead of specifically telling them how to do things. That's the overarching issue that I have when it comes to things like this, especially in HR, where they feel they are so worried about what people are thinking, when in reality it needs to be from an operational standpoint. Hey, how can you be a better leader and help develop your folks? Not how can we control them better and control every possible input or thing we're dealing with. So anyways, I just want to hop on here today to share this with you. I just found this to be one of those, like, another data point. Just going to put it over here, another tile in the mosaic, painting the our ever-present march towards complete and 100% surveillance and oversight on everything we do from businesses. It's so disheartening. But my job is to help people understand that this is a thing and be as prepared for it as you can. So again, hopefully I earned your subscription today. Sorry to have a bit of a downer video. This isn't my normal jam, but this one is what it is. So yeah, hopefully I earned your subscription. If you'd like to learn more about how I help businesses grow faster than ever thought possible, be sure to check out summitbusinessguides.com. I also have memberships now available, where you join. There are going to be special videos, chats, streams that we're going to be doing, where I'm going to be there to offer, advice, the same advice that I give to my clients, either as employees, small business owners, entrepreneurs, etc. So if you would, if you consider becoming a member, these are the things that'll be available to you. So with that, take care.